Imagine a colossal structure, enveloping mountains and valleys like a sleeping dragon, built over centuries by countless hands. The Great Wall is not only an architectural marvel, but also a testament to the ambition, ingenuity, and resilience of an ancient civilization. Well, for starters, the Great Wall isn't just a wall. Think of it as a gigantic network of fortifications, a complex series of walls, watchtowers, barracks, and fortresses, built and rebuilt over centuries. It is the largest structure ever made by man, so colossal that, if we could see it up close, we would notice how it spreads and adapts perfectly to the terrain, rising and falling through mountains, plains, and deserts. The original purpose of the Great Wall was, above all, defense. At that time, China was constantly threatened by nomadic tribes and marauding groups from the north, especially the Mongols. The Great Wall was designed to protect borders. It served as a physical barrier to prevent or hinder the entry of these groups. Think of it as a giant, closed gate, making it nearly impossible for large armies to invade unseen. Allow for rapid communication. The watchtowers along the wall didn't just serve as observation towers. They also served to send messages. Soldiers used smoke by day and fire by night to transmit warnings of attacks from one tower to another, allowing news of an invasion to travel hundreds of kilometers in just a few hours. Control trade and immigration. It was also a checkpoint. The wall helped monitor who entered or left the country, regulating trade routes and the movement of people. In short, the Great Wall was an empire's main line of defense. A barrier of stone and earth that, more than anything else, symbolized a civilization's determination to protect its lands and its people. The Great Wall of China is not a straight line, like a fence. Instead, it stretches 21,000 kilometers, crossing China from east to west. Imagine it as a rocky spine that snakes through northern China, starting near the Pacific Ocean and crossing mountains, deserts, and plains, all the way to the most arid regions in the west of the country. To get a clearer idea of its location, view the map of China. Starting point, in the east, the Great Wall begins at Shanhaiguan Pass, an imposing fortress on the Bohai Sea near the city of Qinhuangdao. This point is known as the Old Dragon's Head, because it appears as if the wall is plunging into the ocean. The route, from there, it stretches through provinces such as Hebei, Beijing, Shaanxi, and Inner Mongolia, passing through some of China's most dramatic landscapes. Endpoint, in the west, the best-known sections end at Jiaguan Pass in the Gobi Desert. This fortress marks the end of the best-preserved section of the wall, protecting the Silk Road. It's important to note that the Great Wall we see today is the result of centuries of construction and reconstruction, so what runs through the landscape is not a single wall, but rather the remains and restored sections of various dynasties. The construction of the wall, a legacy of millennia. The Great Wall was not a work completed in a single era. It was a project that spanned over 2,000 years, built by several dynasties, each adding their own piece to the gigantic stone puzzle. Imagine thousands of people, soldiers, peasants, and prisoners, working in extreme conditions, using simple tools to move tons of stones, and earth. They adapt to the terrain, using materials that suit them, stone and tijolo in the mountains, and beaten earth, a mixture of earth, lime, and sand in the plains. The work was hard and the care was human immeasurable, and the face of it was a symbol of resilience and sacrifice. And to Failure M. Materialis, a fascinating curiosity, the mural builders, during the Ming Dynasty, used a special type of mortar or cement that joins the tiles. Modern analyses reveal that sticky rice, a type of glutinous rice, is added to the mixture. Isso dava uma adência incrível and turned the muralha more strongly against the erosion and the tempo. The wall that you think you know. Many imagine the Grande Muralha as a single continuous line, but as we have said, it is a network of fortificados. The mural that we see in films and photos, with its towers and tijolo walls well preserved, is mostly a section built by the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644. What to say about the myth that a muralha is visible in the Lua? This is not true. There are two major misunderstandings about it. De Lua, the muralha is too fine to be seen in the open. In truth, the mural is difficult to be seen in the space close to the earth, because its color is camouflaged as the surrounding terrain. A Grande Muralha, with all its history and curiosities, continues to be a framework of human ingenuity. The Grande Muralha, which thus long served to keep people exhausted, is one of the two most visited tourist destinations in the world. But it is important to know that not everything in its extension is open to the public. The tourist side, the information that you see in photos and that we receive thousands of visitors, is the restored and well-preserved parts, mainly near Pequim. The section of Badaling is the most famous and most visited, with degraus and corridors that make walking easier. Jia Muxianyu is a section that offers a calmer experience, with cable cars to help you climb and a dazzling view. Visiting these areas is like walking through a gigantic open-air museum, where each title tells a centuries-old story. The challenge of preservation. Despite its fame, a large part of the mural is in ruins. In the absence of maintenance, natural erosion by wind and rain, and even human action, such as the removal of waste for the construction of houses in nearby villages, will cause significant damage. It is an enormous challenge for the Chinese government and for preservation organizations, which attempt to restore and protect the most damaged sections, ensuring that this prime work continues for future generations. I thought of it as a continuous battle between time and human legacy. The Great Mural, from a military defense barrier, became a symbol of a nation and a testament to the human capacity to build something lasting, even as it passed 2 centuries. In terms of distance, the Great Wall is more than 21,000 kilometers long. For your idea, this distance is similar to a round trip between São Paulo and the extreme north of Canada. This is how a stone road was once built that crosses an entire continent. In terms of construction, unlike a modern project, the Muralha was not built in a single period. Its construction, which lasted more than 2,000 years, can be compared to the creation of a gigantic work of art, where each generation of a dynasty added its own layer of titles and history. It is a collective legacy of families. In terms of visibility, the myth that the Muralha is visible to the moon does not pass through a history. In reality, it is so thin and camouflages itself so much as the terrain that it is difficult to be seen even in the space close to the Earth. I thought how to try to see a piece of hair on a soccer field, starting from a very high ground. The titles and reconhecimentos of the Muralha. The greatness of the Muralha gives it some important titles, which define it apart from its military function. UNESCO World Heritage. This is an official recognition. UNESCO, United Nations Organization for Education, Science and Culture, declared it a heritage of inestimable value for all humanity, highlighting its beauty and historical importance. The greatest work of antique engineering. Considered the largest and most complex defensive structure ever built, the mural is a symbol of the power and human capacity to overcome challenges on a monumental scale, using only technology and materials of the time. Symbol of a nation, more than a physical barrier, a large mural has become the greatest symbol of China. She represents the unity, resilience, and determination of the Chinese people in protecting their culture and history. Very grateful for attending this exploration of one of the 2 most incredible places on our planet. What did you say in this incredible place? Give us your comments. It's not just about tanning, sharing, and growing for more fascinating journeys. I tied it next time.